Every night, when the whole house falls silent, your cat begins a mysterious behavior that most people never notice. While you are deeply asleep, it is not wandering aimlessly, but repeating an ancient habit driven by instinct. A quiet habit, precise and focused, almost as if darkness awakens something inside it that never truly disappeared. You may think cats simply enjoy nighttime, staring into space or playing alone while the rest of the house sleeps. But if you watched carefully, you would notice it returns to the same place, same direction, same steady gaze. It walks softly through the hallway, pauses near your door, then silently watches you for a long moment. No meowing, no scratching, no noise at all, just that still presence, as if checking something deeply important. Many people once believed this behavior was strange, even unsettling, as though cats could sense what humans cannot. But the truth is rarely as frightening as imagination, and often more meaningful than the stories people repeat. Cats are natural nocturnal hunters, so when you begin resting, their senses and awareness become more alert. In a cat's world, nighttime is not only for sleeping, but for watching, mapping, and controlling familiar surroundings. That is why, once the house is quiet, your cat starts patrolling the territory it considers safe. And within that territory, you are not just the provider, but the center of many familiar signals. Your scent, your breathing, your smallest movement all become patterns your cat quietly recognizes and remembers. That is why many cats return to watch their owners after dark, when everything else grows still. It is not staring at you out of simple curiosity, but making sure everything is still as expected. For humans, sleep is when we let go of the world, but for cats, it can mean vigilance. Not vigilance in a heroic movie sense, but through the instinct of an animal built for subtle awareness. A strange noise outside the door, a shadow near the curtain, or an unfamiliar smell can trigger attention. Then, after checking the surroundings, it looks at you again, as if completing some silent ritual. Very few people ever witness that moment because it happens when the room is darkest and stillest. Some cats even jump onto the bed, sit near your feet, and quietly watch your sleeping face. Many owners think the cat wants to wake them up, but it may simply need reassurance from familiar breathing. A cat's affection is rarely loud or obvious, which is why people often misunderstand what it means. It does not always run to greet you, nor constantly ask for touch, yet it remembers everything. It remembers when you return home, your footsteps, your clothes, and the way you sleep each night. So this mysterious behavior is not only about survival instinct, but also about attachment and emotional connection. Some animal behavior experts believe cats create safety by checking the familiar spaces that define their routine. And for a cat, its owner is the most important part of that environment, even unspoken. That is why a cat's nighttime gaze feels distant, yet somehow deeply caring at the same time. No words, no dramatic gestures, only quiet presence, repeated night after night, almost too subtle to notice. If you've ever woken in the dark and found your cat staring, you saw that moment. The moment that confuses you, chills you slightly, then leaves you wondering what that small creature felt. Maybe it was only checking its territory, or maybe confirming that you were still there as usual. And for an animal that loves stability, the fact that you are still there matters greatly. Because sometimes love does not arrive loudly, but through silent patrols made in darkness without recognition. Not every mystery is frightening, because some mysteries are simply another form of love we rarely understand. So next time your cat watches you at midnight, do not turn away or feel uneasy too quickly. In its quiet world, that may be the way it tells you that you are safe. And perhaps the mysterious act that surprises you most is actually its gentlest sign of affection.